D23 saw amazing announcements, but many MCU fans were expecting something a little bit more impactful as far as movie announcements. And a big reason why many MCU fans were expecting this was because many insiders were letting it be known after the Phase 4 announcement of San Diego Comic-Con, just wait until D23. If you think that's cool, D23 is gonna blow you away. And Saturday's MCU panel, frankly, didn't blow me or anyone away. So what happened? Did this have something to do with the Sony Spider-Man drama?
It's like the news, but for nerds.
Today's shout out goes to Marcus Green. Indeed, cheeseburgers were the thing that Happy Hogan promised to give to Tony Stark's daughter at the end of Avengers Endgame. Make sure you stay to the end of this video where we will ask another nerd card question. What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday to you. I'm Josh. Welcome back to the den, and it feels good to be back doing the show. Technically, we haven't done a show since last Thursday because D23 was so crazy. We did a live stream Friday, and I did a trailer reaction yesterday to the new D23 Star Wars footage instead of doing the show yesterday. And quickly, before we get into today's show, I did just want to tell everybody that YouTube's notification system is so weird. I keep seeing people say, I'm not getting notified of videos, and I know that the more videos we put out and the more live streams we do, YouTube is restricting the amount of notifications that go out there because they don't want to spam people. And so if you want to know when we're actually putting out all the content that we are actually putting out, you may want to follow us on social media, join our Discord server, and just make sure all notifications are enabled for this channel. Okay, so let's start today's show officially with everybody's favorite new segment, the Spider-Man MCU Watch 2019. So the latest tidbits when it comes to Sony, Spider-Man, Marvel, and all that craziness is that people are reporting that there's some good signs out there, particularly with the fact that they are going back to the negotiating table and the fact that Tom Holland was told specifically to not answer any questions about that arrangement at the Philadelphia Comic-Con or Keystone Comic-Con that happened this weekend. Tom did talk about it briefly while he was at D23, but then was told not to mention anything when he went to Keystone Comic-Con. And I know that a lot of press at Keystone Comic-Con was told not to ask these sort of questions either. And the logic here is that they didn't want anything to be ruined. The slightest little detail can throw negotiations off. They didn't want to talk about anything publicly. Some people out there online and certain insiders like Jeremy Conrad are saying that the boilerplate answers that Kevin Feige and Tom Holland had at D23 are basic negotiating tactics, that they're not trying to move an inch or say that they're disappointed about the arrangement at all, because it would publicly break their strength at the bargaining table. It's like a game of chicken. You just can't blink, right? So Feige and Holland saying that, things are gonna be different, it's fine, everything's gonna be fine, it's sort of just saying that, hey, we're not gonna publicly say, man, this sucks, we really want Spider-Man back, because that will give Sony more leverage in the deal. I also think it's important to note that Jeremy Conrad is also tweeting and sort of being cryptic about this thing where if fans truly find out what happened with the Sony Spider-Man deal, there will be an uprising like we've never seen before. And his sentiment, Jeremy's sentiment online, has been very anti-Sony in this deal. So take that for what you will, but kind of saying that maybe this is completely Sony's fault, and when we find out what actually happened, people are gonna freak out. But again, it's positive, maybe looking like things will get sorted out. Now, many people in the community, on Twitter and on Reddit, are starting to really blame both Ava Arad and Tom Rothman. And it is important to note that according to the Hollywood Reporter, Sony executives, and those are two Sony executives right there that people are pointing at from these comments, but the Hollywood Reporter said Sony executives felt as though they didn't need Disney anymore to accomplish great Spider-Man movies. So the official word out there for Spider-Man MCU Watch 2019 is, hey, maybe things are looking okay. Perhaps we will get an announcement sooner than expected talking about how the deal is back on. Oh, and just so you know, executive producer Ryan H. and myself are working on a video that is essentially, if the deal is truly done, why it will still be okay. And in that video, we're gonna sort of explain our sort of take on what we think is happening, but also, again, mostly focusing on why it's gonna be okay. So if your heart's a breaking, just wait for that video and just hold on. Hold on to that hope. All right, next news. Now I want to get into something that is speculation. I need to make that very clear from the jump here, guys. I'm going to be talking about actual reports, things that we have heard, things that have leaked, but at the end of the day, I'm taking a lot of info and I'm sort of extrapolating out my own speculation on what is happening. So I want to be very clear. This is not me reporting something. This is me sort of speculating. But along with that, I would also like to point out that when it comes to these sort of speculation type things, I can be kind of accurate, and I'm damn sure more interesting, and more accurate than anything published on Cosmic Book News. Cosmic Book News, we respect the hustle, but you did it to yourselves. You guys were terrible. Okay, bottom line here, guys. All jokes aside, we were expecting something absolutely incredible for the MCU, and Friday's panel was really, really good. Like the Disney Plus shows, Ms. Marvel, Moon Knight, She-Hulk, awesome stuff. But then Saturday's MCU panel seemed really lackluster, and it really opened my eyes. I actually was talking to Ryan about this yesterday, and he was like, you know, I'm not sure, like Marvel really didn't do that well. Like Saturday kind of was bland for me. And again, we were led to believe amazing things were coming. Like that Daniel PKR guy on Twitter was like, hey, if you think San Diego Comic-Con was dope, just wait until D23. I think even Jeremy Conrad was kind of echoing that sentiment, like just wait till D23. And I was personally of the mind that it's actually way more likely that we would get a secret third year for Phase 4. That's way more believable to me personally than them just announcing the whole Phase 5. In fact, even beyond that, I actually speculated that what they would do in the third year of Phase 4, the perfect scenario for films, would be 3 movies: Captain Marvel 2, Black Panther 2, and then a new Avengers movie. Piggyback off your billion-dollar franchises, characters that were with the old Avengers squad, and now they are gonna be the new guys for the new Avengers squad. Or even a dark Avengers squad. Take your shot. And with Feige announcing Black Panther 2 in 2022, it really makes me think I was onto something there. After all, the 3 Disney Plus shows, which apparently are a part of Phase 4, are likely to be coming out in 2022. So the question is, why did Saturday's panel feel so flat, and why was there nothing besides the Black Panther movie announced in 2022 for movies? Now, my initial thought here was maybe this has to do with Star Wars. Like maybe Disney finally said, hey, Marvel, can you just calm down just a little bit and give Star Wars some of the shine? But I quickly realized that that's probably not the case. Like Disney probably wouldn't tell Marvel like, chill, let's let Star Wars have its day, because honestly, it never feels like that. Marvel's kind of constantly, I don't want to say like taking the thunder of Star Wars, but Marvel really doesn't care about not being in the way of Star Wars. Marvel's always popping. And so my next and immediate thought was, whoa, what if this has something to do with the Spider-Man deal? Because as I have stated many times, one of the reasons this is such a bummer for the MCU is that Spider-Man and his connection to the Tony Stark character was so important for the MCU, and that legacy leading into whatever version of Avengers we get next is really important. Peter is an important character for carrying the baton, passing the baton from this group of Avengers to the new group of Avengers. And it is possible that due to these negotiations with Sony, at the very last minute, Kevin Feige decided, let's hold back on that Avengers announcement, let's hold back on this Captain Marvel 2 announcement. Which, to be completely fair, like I don't know why they would hold back on the Captain Marvel 2 announcement as well, unless maybe Spider-Man was gonna be involved with that or something. But it just kind of makes more sense that they would leave that off the slate while these negotiations were going on. If Disney puts it out there that they have another Avengers movie on the horizon, particularly if the idea is that the old squad of Avengers is gone, but those characters that kind of came in late in the story, like Captain Marvel, Black Panther, and Spider-Man, are going to be very important to the new Avengers squad, then that just frankly gives Sony way more leverage in the negotiations. So this is obviously speculation, as I've said, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, falling flat on Saturday with the MCU announcement doesn't make a lot of sense, but when you put it in context of this Sony Marvel deal happening, perhaps that's the explanation. Because for my money, like when people are saying, just wait until D23, I think that's like Avengers, man. Like I really feel like Avengers has always been sort of a bedrock of the MCU. You know, Phase 1 kind of culminates in it, Phase 2 culminates in it, Phase 3 culminates in it. They're always ending in Avengers movies, even though there's usually another movie afterwards. From a story perspective, it all culminates in an Avengers movie. So Phase 4 would likely follow suit, right? But I'm just like scratching my head here. Like something must have happened, right? Like all these people are saying, look forward to D23, and then D23 falls fairly flat for MCU movies. So like, what's the explanation? What's the difference? Well, the only thing that happened that could have shaken it up this badly is the Sony thing. That came out of nowhere. Nobody was ready for that news to drop, and the timing with it dropping from D23, as I've always said to you guys, not Disney's plan. They would not want that to happen. That feels like a Sony leak. So in conclusion, I think that Kevin Feige removed the announcement of the next Avengers film in order to save face and not give Sony more negotiating power. And so yeah, kind of a weirder show today, very speculative. I hope that was right out there in front of everything I said, but I did want to talk about this. It's legit enough that I wanted to do a show about it and kind of introduce this idea and see what you guys think. So please, let me know your thoughts about this scenario, the situation, and this secret third year of Phase 4 that I'm pretty sure exists. I want to know your any and every thought in the comment section below. All right, now let's check the nerd card before we get out of here. I want to know, in the Marvel comic books, what was the number given to the Earth in which the Ultimates universe is at? The main universe is 616, and the Ultimates universe had a different number. What was the number for the Ultimates universe? Answer that question in the comments section below. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.
Hey there YouTube, Justin here from the Den of Nerds Gaming. Just letting you know that this Sunday, September 1st, we're going to be streaming Star Wars Battlefront 2 on Twitch for Star Wars Sunday. Hope to see you all there. Bye bye.